I'm Marilyn Kelly, and welcome to Lifestyle Matters. I'm here with the owner of KModel and talent agency, Elsa. Thank you so much for being here today with us.
Thank you for coming.
And, I'm so excited to talk with you because I had no idea you were here. I mean, typically you find an agency like this in LA, in San Francisco, but you're right here in the Valley and such a resource for everyone here wanting to get into the entertainment industry. So tell me, what the background of the business is and what your background is in the entertainment industry.
Absolutely. Well, I've done this for 10 years now, so I'm very experienced regarding local work or national work. Personally, myself, I started as a child actress, and that's kind of where a lot of my experience came in. A lot of the connections that I've used to work in the business are now my connections to my clients here.
So obviously we all know that phrase, it's not what you know, it's who you know. So obviously you have those connections for people that are looking to get into the entertainment industry?
Well, absolutely. It doesn't matter if you've been here 30 or 50 years. It's who you know that's going to get you where you want to be. So I completely agree with you.
So what are the type of services that you actually offer someone wanting to become an actress, a model, or do professional dancing, singing?
Sure, yes. We do modeling, acting, singing, and dancing. Obviously, if you're bilingual, it's a huge plus for us. We do work with Univision and Telemundo in Spanish, so it's always nice working with bilingual clients. And also, we just opened 2 divisions, which is our infant division and our adults. So any adults out there interested in wanting to do modeling, acting, they should definitely give us a call.
So is that more of a recent thing? You've usually just worked with children, but now you've opened it all up to adults?
That is correct. I am a full licensed agent. I'm also bonded, but I mainly focus between ages of 5 to about 23 years old. But since now we're expanding our services to the LA and San Francisco area, we want to make sure that whatever director calls us, we're able to fill their project with no problem. Right now, we're definitely the to-go place in the Central Valley.
That's awesome. So I'm sure you've worked with a lot of big names, big TV shows. Can you tell me some of the ones that you've worked with?
Yeah, absolutely. We just did a movie with James Franco. We did Nashville. A lot of my models have been LA doing Fashion Week. So locally, we've done a lot of commercials. We've done tons of movies. A lot of my local clients, because our roster is not only in the Central Valley, but as well as in LA, we do make sure they're working in LA to get more exposure. And that goes with all the connections I have. Since I know a director called Tom Logan, he uses a lot of my clients for all the projects he has. So I would say we get first-hand pick all the time.
So what would you say to our viewers that are looking to get into modeling, acting, singing, and dancing? What are the steps that they should take before coming to you, or they can do all the steps when they get to you?
Sure. That's a really good question. A lot of the times they think that they have to go through training. They have to have years of experience before coming into the agency. But to be frankly honest, what I like raw talent. I want to be able to work with someone and mold them to where I want them to be. So when I submit them for auditions, I could coach them from RN. Sometimes a little harder to work from someone else's background, so I rather have fresh new clients. And honestly, it's just taking a risk. Coming in for the audition, they do say that's the scariest one, but it's definitely worth it.
And then what is the audition process?
It's very simple. They would just call the office. There is a long waiting list, so I would highly recommend anyone interested in wanting to do this to call the office and get more information on when our next audition is going to be. They come in, they do walk the runway, they do a cold read, they do an interview with myself, and I'll let you know then and there if we're interested in working with you. It's really simple.
Hey, it seems easy enough for me.
It is.
Right?
It's fun. Yeah, it's worth it.
I bet. And then what about any upcoming events do you have going on?
Yes, besides being a licensed agency, we don't only work in the Central Valley area, but we also bring all of our Hollywood connections from LA here to Fresno for our annual event, where we bring agents, managers, and casting directors to look at some of our top clients to give them worldwide exposure. And the best thing about this event is that if they get selected, they do get a full scholarship that covers all of their expenses.
Wow, that's awesome. And so if someone's looking to get into this, how would they contact you?
Call the office, definitely bar number, or email, usually whatever is best. I would highly encourage everyone that wants to be in this business, before coming in, go onto our Facebook, go onto our Instagram, and get more information.
Awesome. And then that's ktalentagency.com, correct?
That is correct, yes.
And also a little known fact, KMPH comes to K-Talent Model and Agency for all of their talent, which is great. And I'm Marilyn Kelly. Thank you so much for being here today with us, Elsa.
Thank you for coming. You're welcome every time.
Thank you. And thank you for joining in to Lifestyle Matters.
You know, it's interesting that acting is one of the very few professions that people think they don't need training. I mean, if you went to a doctor who was going to operate on you, you would hope that he had some kind of training. The kind of money that we spend on sets, thousands and thousands of dollars a minute, these people have to know what they're doing. They got to know how to hit their marks, got to know how to do their character, they got to know how to match shots from one shot to the other. So much technical stuff to know. And unfortunately, what happens is they take all these theater classes, which is great. I love theater. But unfortunately, that's a totally different art form than what we're doing on set. So the training is like any profession. You wouldn't want to get on an airplane with an airline pilot that had never had flying lessons. You would never want to go to a doctor who had never operated before. But for some reason in acting, everybody thinks, oh, well, I just walk around and I talk and the camera shoots it like I do. I act every day. I hear that all the time. I act every day. Well, that's great. Maybe you can act down at the unemployment office, because that's probably the only acting you're going to get if you don't get training and know what you're doing. Because your chance is only going to come probably 1 or 2 times. You'll get a big opportunity. Don't blow those opportunities. Showcases are extremely important, because to get in front of a director is almost impossible. To get even in front of an agent, agents are very careful on who they see. They have so many actors already that they can't get work for. It's like, why do they want to take on another talent? So someone has to really catch their eye. And the way you do that is you do showcases. The agents come to the showcases. Most of the people that I know that have agents that are actors got their start by doing showcases, and an agent was in the audience. I think they're wonderful. I think you should do showcases, because you've got to be seen. I don't care how talented you are. If the people don't see how talented you are, it doesn't matter how talented you are. Well, first of all, I've known you for, I can't even count how many years, a long time. And the way I know when someone's legit or not legit is over time. I can't tell in a month or even a year. But my relationship with this studio was way before this studio was even here. So I like coming here because I'm very careful where I go and do a seminar. And the reason is this. I have 4 best-selling books out at Barnes & Nobles and other bookstores about the entertainment industry and who's legit and who's not legit. And I go on a lot of talk shows, and I'm kind of the resident person that talks about who's legit and who's not. So I have to be very careful where I go. So when I come here, I have no worries that something's going to go on at the studio that I don't like or that I don't think's legit. So that's why I like coming here. Plus, you get me great talent.